we had a look at Mercedes-Benz's newest addition to their SUV family, the small little GLB250. Make sure to click on the link up here or in the video description for a full review of that. Well, this year we have the hot variant of that vehicle. This is the GLB35. I was a fan of the GLB250 styling, so I'm definitely a fan of this one because it's just sportier. Up front you get an AMG specific grille, so it has the vertical slats instead of the horizontal lines. You have a different front valence, standard LED headlamps, and in case you're wondering what color this is denim blue. I think it looks really good. It's subtle, yet it has some color to it. Better than black or gray or white. Standard are 19-inch wheels, but you can go all the way up to 21-inch wheels, which this one has, and these are black. And I have to say one thing, these black rims do attract quite a bit of brake dust. You can see it right there after a little bit of a drive. Speaking of brakes, perforated discs front and rear. You have 4-piston calipers up front, single in the rear, and these are 13.8-inch rotors. We get comfort access on this one, so you just grab the door handle, unlocks, and you can just touch the door handle to lock it, and that works for both front and back. Loving that. Some vehicles only come with that in the front. Now onto the back. Remember in the original video we said this can house an extra row, so you can get this as a 3-row, so remember that. You have this roof spoiler that gives it a little more sporty look, but where it really looks the part is underneath or on the bottom. You have a pretty substantial rear valence and some pretty meaty exhaust tips, dual exhaust by the way. Let's go for a drive. Start her up. Doesn't sound too much different than the GLB250. Now we are in comfort mode right now, so we just want to talk about a little bit about the interior of this. It's very, very similar to the GLB250. This one does have the AMG drive package, which gives you the dynamical ultra suede on the side of this AMG wheel. Now this wheel is different than the one that we just experienced in the E63 S wagon from AMG. That was just amazing, but that one has a new steering wheel and the controls are a little bit different than this. I prefer this version over the newer version though. I just find it more intuitive. I think it looks better too, but either way, they both look good. With this 35, you also get the AMG drive unit, so you have your dials on either side. Well, one of them's a dial, one of them's a button. One of them controls your drive setting for your parameters, and the other controls your traction control as well as your adaptive suspension, which comes standard on the GLB35. So we have 3 settings for the suspension. We're in comfort right now, and then for our drive unit, we can go comfort. We have a slippery conditions now setting, but we can go sport, Sport Plus, and we have individual. Now in Sport Plus, when we put it there, you can hear right away the exhaust note changed as well. It geared down. The transmission is much more reactive. Listen to that. So the gears really hold a lot longer, and if you really push on that brake pedal, it just knows that you are wanting to brake hard and stop or slow down, so it gears down appropriately. So we're going to come up to a stop sign right now. All right, so from a dead stop, this thing will do 0 to 100K in 5.2 seconds, just like that. It just has a great sound to it. So what is under the hood? It is a 2-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine, the same as the 250. However, this has been enhanced greatly. So you have less friction, you have a higher boost, and to that twin scroll liquid cooled turbo. So it puts out 81 horsepower more than the 250. That's amazing for this size of engine to put out that much more than the regular GLB. So total output 302 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque, and that is matched with an 8-speed speed shift dual clutch transmission. You can also roll your own gears. You can put it in manual mode if you want. So listen to those shifts, how fast they are. And they have a nice burp to them when you change gears. So you got nice paddle shifters behind here, and what's nice about it is right now we are in auto mode, and it will automatically just run as auto mode and just temporarily go into manual mode if you just want to gear down really quick. The transmission though in the Sport Plus mode is plenty quick, and you really shouldn't have to use the paddles very much. It just really kind of knows what you're really doing. But it's nice to know that you can go manual. I mentioned this does have the adaptive suspension. We're going over some bumpy roads right now, and you can definitely feel it, especially with these 21-inch wheels. But it really firms things up. It makes this thing so lively. Listen to that. So you have 4MATIC all-wheel drive. You have torque vectoring with this. This thing is just stuck to the ground, man. Listen to those downshifts. Real tight corner here. You can feel everything working in that all-wheel drive system, just pulling you out of that corner so efficiently. This thing is a lot of fun. It really is. Would it be nice to have more power? Absolutely, but this is definitely enough to have plenty of fun and get you in trouble if Mr. Popo was around. One thing I really like about AMG vehicles is the sound. Even though this is just an enhanced AMG engine, it's not the hand-built version that you get in some other higher-end AMG vehicles, it still has a very distinct sound, and they all sound so good. So if you're in the market for a GLB, which one do you get? Do you get the 250 or do you get this upgraded 35? Well, let's talk about price first. The 250 starts at just over $46,000, whereas this GLB35 runs about $57,000. So it's a little bit more than $10,000 more. For that money though, you do get quite a bit of content. You get 81 more horsepower with that enhanced engine. You get the adaptive suspension. You get the AMG styling. So you do get quite a bit. However, it can get pricey though if you actually option it out, like this one is optioned out at, you're gonna run about $67,000, another $10,000 on top of that base price. So it is not inexpensive, but you are getting a very well equipped and very capable vehicle for that price, and it has all-wheel drive. I mentioned earlier that there are a lot of similarities between the GLB 250 and this 35, and I do recommend that you click the link right above here or in the video description. I'll leave a link there on the original GLB review that I did, where I go in far more depth and detail of a lot of the features, the seating configurations, how much room there is, all the technology. So I go through all of that in the original video, so make sure click on that. If driving engagement is a priority for you, there is no question you have to go for the 35. If you want just a sporty ride with a lot of capability and utility in the regular 250 and all that technology that you get here and of that vehicle, then just go for the standard 250. Either are good, but for sure, if you really prioritize driving dynamics, this is definitely the one to get. This can be a family vehicle. You can seat 7 if you get that third row option even. I'd say the best way to enjoy this GLB35 is to enjoy it alone on a nice twisty road. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you on the next Everyday Reviews.
Don't forget to subscribe.